The thing in the canopy. My name is Daniel Mercer, and this happened 3 years ago during a research expedition in the Amazon rainforest. There were 8 of us. I am the only one who came back. Even now, I wake up hearing the screams. The mission was simple. Our team had been sent to investigate reports of unusual animal attacks in a remote section of rainforest near the border of Peru and Brazil. Villages had gone silent. Hunters vanished. Entire camps were found abandoned. Most people blamed jaguars. Our lead researcher, Dr. Evans, believed there was an undiscovered apex predator living deep within the jungle. None of us imagined how right he was. The flight started normally. The rainforest stretched endlessly beneath us, a sea of green disappearing into the horizon. Then the turbulence began. At first it was mild, a few bumps. Then the plane suddenly dropped, people screamed. The engine sputtered. Something slammed into the side of the aircraft. The impact sounded like a car crashing into us at full speed. The wing snapped. The plane rolled. Everything became chaos. Metal screamed, glass exploded. The world flipped upside down, then darkness. I woke hanging from my seatbelt. Blood covered my face. Smoke filled the cabin. Pieces of the plane were scattered across a clearing. The crash had torn the aircraft apart. Miraculously, 7 others survived: Dr. Evans, Mark, our pilot Sarah, Lewis, Tyler, Grant, and Olivia. Everyone else was dead. We salvaged supplies before the wreck caught fire: food, water, medical kits, a flare gun, a machete, 2 hunting rifles. Then we started walking. The jungle swallowed us immediately. The trees towered hundreds of feet overhead. The canopy blocked most sunlight. Everything felt alive. Buzzing insects, rustling leaves, distant animal cries, and something else, something big watching. The first night was when we heard it. A deep sound echoed through the darkness, not a roar, not a growl, something worse. It sounded almost human, like a person screaming while drowning. Everyone froze. The noise came again, much closer, then silence. None of us slept. The next morning, Tyler disappeared. One moment he was behind us, the next he wasn't. We called his name, nothing. Then Sarah found blood. Drops scattered across leaves. The trail led into dense brush. We followed. What we found made Grant vomit. Tyler's body hung 30 feet above the ground, impaled on a broken branch. His chest was ripped open. His organs dangled from the tree like decorations. Something had carried him up there. Something incredibly strong. Panic spread through the group. We wanted to run. Dr. Evans convinced us to stay calm. He said it was probably an unknown predator, a large cat, maybe a bear. Even he didn't sound convinced. That night we set watches. Grant took first shift. His scream woke everyone. We grabbed flashlights and rushed toward the sound. Grant stood frozen, shaking, pointing upward. Our lights followed his finger. At first I thought it was part of the tree, then it moved. The thing was enormous, at least 12 feet long. Its limbs were impossibly thin. Its skin looked gray and stretched tightly over muscle. Its head resembled a human skull fused with an insect. Black eyes reflected our lights. Rows of needle-like teeth filled its mouth. The creature unfolded from the branches and smiled, then it dropped. Grant didn't even have time to run. The monster landed on him with enough force to shatter his ribs. We heard bones break. Blood sprayed everywhere. The creature's claws ripped through his stomach. It pulled his spine out in one horrifying motion. Grant died screaming. The monster vanished back into the canopy before anyone could shoot. The jungle belonged to it. We were prey. Over the next 3 days it hunted us, always from above, always when we were vulnerable. Lewis was dragged into the treetops while crossing a river. We found pieces of him miles away. Sarah vanished during a storm. The next morning, her head sat outside our shelter. Her eyes were missing. Mark was taken while gathering firewood. We heard him screaming for nearly 10 minutes. The screams slowly turned into wet choking noises, then silence. 4 of us remained: Dr. Evans, Olivia, Mark, me, no 3. Because Mark was already dead. None of us could think clearly anymore. We barely slept, barely ate. Every shadow looked alive. Every sound made us jump. The final attack happened at dusk. Olivia walked ahead of us. A blur dropped from above. Claws tore through her shoulders. The creature lifted her into the air. She screamed my name. Then its jaws closed around her head, crunch. The sound echoed through the jungle. Her body fell one direction, her head another. Dr. Evans broke. He started crying, laughing, talking to himself. Hours later, the monster found him. I watched from hiding. The creature slowly descended upside down from a tree like a spider. Evans never saw it. A claw pierced his chest. The monster lifted him off the ground. His feet kicked helplessly. Then it ripped him in half. I was alone. The next morning I found something, the crash site, or what remained of it. Among the wreckage was a fuel container, rope, flares, explosives, and one rifle with 3 bullets. An idea formed, a terrible one. But it was my only chance. That night I baited the clearing. I covered the ground with fuel, tied flares to broken branches, connected everything with rope. Then I waited, alone in darkness, listening. Hours passed. Then I heard movement overhead. Branches cracked. The monster had returned. It knew I was there. It wanted the final kill. The creature descended slowly. Its black eyes locked onto mine. Its mouth stretched wider than humanly possible. Rows of teeth glistened. Drool dripped onto the ground. It stepped forward. I fired. The first bullet hit its shoulder. The second hit its neck. The third struck an eye. The creature shrieked. The sound nearly burst my eardrums. Then it charged. I pulled the flare. The clearing erupted. Fire exploded across the fuel-soaked ground. The monster disappeared inside a wall of flames. It screamed. The noise was inhuman, terrifying, but it wasn't dead. Burning and furious, it burst from the fire. Half its face had melted away. Exposed bone glowed beneath charred flesh. It slammed into me. I felt ribs snap. My machete flew from my hand. The creature pinned me. Its claws dug into my chest. Its jaws opened inches from my face. The smell was unbearable: rotting meat, blood, death. I grabbed a burning flare and drove it directly into its remaining eye. The creature convulsed, screaming. I seized the machete, then swung again. Chunks of flesh flew. Black blood sprayed across the ground. The monster clawed at me desperately. One strike tore open my side. Another nearly removed my arm. But I kept swinging. Finally, the blade buried itself deep inside its skull. The creature froze, its body trembled, then collapsed, dead. I lay beside it until sunrise. Certain it would get back up, it never did. 3 days later, a rescue helicopter found me. They recovered 7 bodies. Most weren't complete. The pilots asked what happened. I told them the truth. They didn't believe me. No one ever does. But sometimes, late at night, I remember something. When I drove the machete into its head, I saw scars, old scars, bullet wounds, knife wounds, broken bones that had healed. The monster had survived countless battles before us, meaning someone else had fought it. Someone else had nearly killed it and failed, which means there may be more of them, still hiding high above the rainforest floor, waiting in the darkness of the canopy, watching, hunting for the next group that wanders too deep into the jungle.